tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your #1 source in after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Untold right here on AfterBuzz TV. So excited to recap our Boss Lady show. I'm Cathy Kelley. Joining me on the panel this week, Derrial Christon.
What is up, everybody?
And sitting next to Derrial, the lovely Chelsea Briche.
Hello, hello.
So we are here to talk about the hottest 3 topics of the week. EDM, Star Stalkers, and Snooki and JWoww. It should be a fun show. Unfortunately, Ashley Daniels and Roxy Stryer are out this week, but
I'm here.
Yes, Chelsea's here, and
more brunettes and the brown guy. It's
you know, I had
some hair color diversity. But yeah, it should be fun. We got some fun topics to talk about, so let's dive right into it. Yeah. Star Stalkers. This is kind of a scary topic, and it was a little bit dramatic. We started off talking about Sandra Bullock and how she was at Spike TV's award show. She let it slip that she would be home on a Saturday night, and just so happened that a dude showed up in her mansion for
just saying that he
God knows what reason. Yeah.
In love with her and the husband and father of her children.
Yeah, and I mean, Sandra isn't the only celebrity that has had this problem.
No,
Paris Hilton talked about it. I mean, this has become a movie. Essentially, she had people break into her house, steal millions of dollars worth of jewelry and whatnot. And I mean, they mentioned Selena Gomez, the list goes on and on. But social media, I feel like, has really played an integral role in this. I mean, let's just talk about how celebrities, I mean, they have to watch now what they post on Twitter, saying where they're at, if they're out of town, if they're doing an appearance that might not be where they live. And then geotagging on Instagram, I know, is a huge problem.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like a double-edged sword, honestly. It's like, because obviously, like you were saying, we're in a world where social media is so important, and celebrities have to let their fans know what they're doing just to stay relevant. But then the same flip side is like, these are humans, you know? It's like, if they are at an event or at a party and they're posting that I'm at the party, then regular Joe Schmo can go and stalk them, and it's really scary, you know, and because it's like, what do? You know, it's like, I guess you can, as Maria was kind of putting it, and there was the person, I forgot her name, who was on the show, who was showing her kind of like how to do social media in the sense of like kind of delayed, like if you're at a restaurant, put it 2 hours later or something like that. But I mean, it's just scary that you can't just live your life, you know, and just go out and do what you have to do as a celebrity. That there's crazy people that are really going to just be stalking you where you go.
Yeah. One of the I think it was an LAPD or one of the guys on there, one of the experts, he was saying that stalkers, you can only manage their behavior, but you can't manage their obsession.
Which John Nazarian.
Which is a really heavy, that's a really heavy statement, because no matter the security cameras or whatever it may be, if someone wants to get to you, they're going to get to you.
That gave me nightmares. Like,
it's scary.
I mean, first off, can we talk about his facial hair for a second? But I mean, he was very informed on this topic. And one of the things that he said, I think you were alluding to, a restraining order is just a piece of paper at the end of the day.
You might as well just go get it shredded, because it doesn't,
it doesn't really mean anything.
Well, they're not gonna
legally,
be at home
yes,
with
it
police,
means something, but that's not going to stop a bullet. Like, that's not going to, which is absolutely terrifying to think about.
And it's got to even be more terrifying. We were talking about this. We're kind of joking about it, but you know, obviously these celebrities have these huge homes, and like Sandra Bullock, it seemed to be staying at home by herself with her son, and it's like, how do you're at home, how do you know in this 10-room mansion if someone's hiding
someone's there
in a bush or in your room or somewhere, you know? It's like, how do you even control that?
While most celebrities do have bodyguards, it doesn't seem like a lot of them have 24-hour security unless they live in a gated community or something like that. So,
but I think it was Paris. She said, you know, sometimes she walks home at night, or, you know, walks in her door at night, and she's wondering if someone's there. Yeah. Like, could you imagine? So you unlock your.
I mean, this has been a recurring problem for her, but that's to live in fear like that. I feel like it's almost even worse for female celebrities,
of course,
just because they are less capable of protecting themselves, or they seem like easier targets to more predators.
Vulnerable.
I guess I don't know. That's.
Yeah, and even on the show, they had Paris walk into the courthouse with her boyfriend, who's in her with her arm in. Like, reporters are around, and that crazy guy came and like hit her boyfriend in the back of the head. You know,
that's what they're saying. If they want to get to you, they're going to get to you.
Yeah. Going back to the social media thing for a little bit, it was crazy to see. I mean, if there is someone who's trying to get to you, like, they can use little things like, oh, they might see a sign in the background and know your location. Something that you might not even necessarily think about. I remember the last guy I was dating, he had a lot of fans, and he posted where am I, like a where am I Instagram while we were on a date somewhere, and people started like writing on his post on Instagram, oh, I see you. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because people are crazy. And that's, you know what I mean? It's just not even a secret. You know, it's people are crazy.
But going back to when I was younger, I remember like falling in love with NSYNC or something like that. Like, if I saw that they were in a town, like, I'd be like, oh man, I want to go see their concert or something. Like, I don't think that I would show up at their hotel or anything. But
you're
like,
not crazy.
Yeah, you're not.
I don't know.
But people do it all the time. I mean, it's just like when here in LA, you're at a club or a lounge. You know how many people see someone at a bar and they take a Instagram picture and send it out and say, hey, I just saw so and so at the bar. You know, and then people are trying to get to that club. You know, so it's crazy all the way around.
Yeah. It is.
Clearly, us three are not stalkers in this room.
Yeah. Yes.
You said that a little slow.
Well, I just don't know where Ryan Gosling is right now, and I'm kind of okay.
Let me tell you. Hold on.
What does his Instagram say right now?
No, I mean, it is scary, and there is that fine line between, you know, wanting to. I mean, there are times when you're like, oh, celebrity ate it, like Nobu or whatever. Like, maybe I should check that place out. But it's not like I want to check that place out because I want to see that person there. Right. And there is that balance between, you know, being a fan and being a stalker.
Yeah.
So.
People definitely take it way too far. I mean, I think that just because of our generation and celebrity has become bigger than life, people think that everyone's so accessible, and it's not true. You know, I mean, it's crazy. And
I think as a celebrity, you do share a lot of your personal life, so people might think that they know more about you than they actually do. Like, they might feel like they have a relationship with you, even though it is one-sided.
Right. Completely one-sided. But they're also talking about, I mean, unfortunately, these people have some sort of mental illness, you know, to a point that where they can see a picture of someone or just someone purely on TV and think that, you know, I am in a relationship with you, or I am your best friend, or, you know, I am the mother to your children, whatever it may be. Like, that's a large pill to swallow.
Yeah. As a girl who is a nobody, I still, like, I monitor what I put out on social media. I don't geotag anything unless I'm not there anymore. And, I mean, do you have that?
I don't worry about it. You know, I guess I don't think about it because I am a guy. But I mean, clearly there are plenty of men, celebrities who have been stalked. But I don't think about it as much. I mean, I guess I just don't think of it as a big deal. I mean, I'm a 6'2" black guy. I just kind of don't pay attention to those type of things.
I guess it's a little different than a little blog.
I don't know. I mean, maybe I should start paying attention. I don't know. You know, but I don't really think about it. You know, but I get it why, especially women, need to pay attention to that because there are a lot of crazy guys out there who, you know, think that people are just more accessible than what they really are.
Yeah. What about you, Chels?
I mean, I'm really guilty of posting things when I'm there. You know, not that I think, you know, by any means I have guys lining up or crazy girls around the block. But But, you know, at the same time, you know, just like phone calls for my dad, you know, like, sent you some pepper spray. I'm like, thanks, Dad. You know, it's like sitting in my closet that I would never use. Because I just think it's such a society thing. But at the end of the day, we really do need to be more careful because, you know, whether you're Sandra Bullock or, you know, playing Jane next door, like, anything can happen to you, you know?
Yeah.
And the craziest things kind of unfortunately happen.
And I mean, I'll give you an example. I had a friend who had posted that she was at a restaurant and her place ended up getting robbed because she had posted that.
Yeah.
So you do have to be. You're right. You don't have. You're not just a celebrity that this happens to. You can be, you know, regular person and posting something where you're at. You're on vacation, and then people know that they have that information, and then they can go in and do whatever to your place or whatever it may be. So you do have to be careful all the way around.
Be more cognizant of what you put on social media, people.
Yes. If you're going on vacation, don't post it. Post it when you get back when you're at home.
Yeah, that's the lesson of the day.
Yes.
Or that's the other thing is my Facebook is private. It's only for my friends. And so I feel more comfortable sharing that kind of thing on there as opposed to on the Twitters or the Instagrams where it's public to everyone. Yeah. So on a much lighter note, let's talk about the Jersey Shore.
The
Snooki and Jay.
We're still talking about them?
We're still talking about them. How many years later, and they are still celebrities?
Let's party, get loud. If you want to have fun,
what is it? The cats are here.
It's crazy. I mean, we really did think that it would only be 15 minutes of fame, but...
Right.
More like 15 years of fame.
I know that. I don't think they're not going
No.
anywhere.
They are here to stay.
There you go.
There we go.
It was coming.
I was waiting for the whole Now that we've had musical breaks.
When Snooki started out saying that she was drunk for every audition, that was, it's everything. I mean, when you look at her, you wouldn't expect anything less. If you know anything about her, you wouldn't expect anything less.
Right.
That's a casting producer and a reality producer's dream.
But this is my thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Southern Comfort is whiskey, correct?
It is whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which means it's brown. So she said that she walked in with it in a water bottle. So it wasn't like she was trying to hide it. You know what I mean? She's sitting there, you know, drinking, you know, Southern Comfort out of a clear plastic water bottle. That's
Maybe she was pretending she just put Crystal Light in her water bottle or something.
I'm gonna hope it was maybe like a metallic water bottle or something where you couldn't see the outside of it. Maybe.
All right, can we go with my theory?
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to crush that theory, Chelsea. My bad.
Or they just thought it was New Jersey water.
Oh, you're gonna get some.
I kid.
We did not say that on this side of the room.
Just kidding.
No,
And then when Snooki, I was gonna
like we don't know what to say after that.
when she's like, I'm not a bitch. Well, sometimes like
Yeah,
that was the best. That was perfect.
The most quotable person. The other thing that she said, well, I wanted to be a vet because I hate people.
Like, I'm with you, Snooki.
Well,
I'm just gonna talk to my dog.
When you were watching the show and it went off, did you have one that you thought would be like the bigger star afterwards? Like when it was all over, did you think that Snooki would be the person who really took it to the next level?
Genuinely, I thought I enjoyed the first season. I think I watched the second and third season, but really kind of waned off after that. I did not think that these people would still be talked about today. I thought that they would be 15 minutes. I thought that it would be kind of like the Real World House where, you know, maybe one, like out of what? 30 million seasons of Real World, we've had like 4 people who have come from it.
That's
Mike
true.
the Miz, Jamie Chung, like a couple others, and Mark Long, who's an AfterBuzz host. But everyone else kind of, you know, they just go back to where they came from and have a normal life.
Well, even
Or they do the gauntlet.
I think Snooki said that, you know, she's like, I just want to be on TV. I wanted to have my 15 minutes of fame and then go back to my normal life, which, you know, I feel like kind of in a cool way good for her for walking in and not thinking that, you know, she's going to be the next, you know, face on Vogue magazine, whatever
The next Snooki.
But at the same time, and I don't mean this, I don't know, it's probably going to sound rude anyways, but these people have no talent. Do you know what I mean? So they don't. So they took their 15 minutes of fame, and now Snooki and JWoww, like, when in the episode, they've completely created this empire and multi-millions of dollars. So, you know, there's someone somewhere with them is doing something right.
It really could have been anyone.
Right.
Like, the producers could have picked anyone. I would argue that these people have the personalities to be famous. Like, they have the personalities that would make us want to watch a half an hour or hour program about them. Obviously, millions of people tuned in every single week to watch them on TV. And one of the things that I always joke about with friends is I feel like everyone, you could ask anyone in the entire United States, do you think that your life would make a good reality show? And everyone, the answer is always, yes, I've always said that. Like, people always tell me that my life would be so interesting. Like, where do you sign me up? Like, where do I get me one of these shows? But I feel like it takes a really specific person to make interesting television, and these people, these 7 people in the house, were perfect for it.
Perfect.
But they definitely started the trend of after Jersey Shore, everyone, like you said, thought that they could have a reality show. Now we have just this fluctuation of.
I think after The Hills, everyone thought that they could have their own reality show.
The Hills was a fake show. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes.
No, but now everyone thinks they can have a reality show too. You know, but because everybody knows that you can be a nobody and act stupid on television and get millions of dollars in endorsements, like Snooki, JWoww, and Mike.
Mike the Miz.
Mike the Situation.
Oh, Mike the Situation.
Because he did really well too. I think he lost some of his money just because of just some things going on.
Stupid.
But he has a new reality show too with his brothers.
He does.
The Sorrentinos.
With his entire family, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey.
I mean, touche to them, you know?
I applaud them.
Snooki's laughing her way to the bank with 4 best-selling books and
what was she saying? She
said
like,
no one thought I could even read.
Yeah, people didn't think she could read. You know?
I remember when she was doing Dancing with the Stars recently, she was actually very intelligent. Like, I feel like a lot of what we saw was this alcohol-induced, you know, she's just no filter kind of girl. You do have to be smart to prolong that 15 minutes. And that is what she did.
Well, she had the right person who saw that in her too. And and you know, at the end of the day, they were really young. You know, so we have to give them a little bit of credit. They were young, like 19, 20, 21. And now you can see her growth. I mean, she's a mom now. She's about to have her second kid or had the second kid already. JWoww's a mom now. You can kind of see their growth as women. I mean, I think, you know, and like I said, more power to them. They're able to
I mean, I know,
millions.
like, I mean, they were early 20s, so that's like, you know, imagine if some of your college days were on TV. Like, you know, I'm sure I wouldn't.
We did stupid stuff.
I wouldn't want that.
I don't know if I went last weekend on TV, but that's a different subject, different show.
I was going to say I'm really grown and mature now.
I'm wearing a bow tie now, so I'm very mature.
I feel like you always, like, you have a bow tie just, like, on your body at all times. You've had it surgically implanted on your neck.
I just push a button and it changes colors.
That's really cool.
I wish I could do that with my clothes. You know? It was like...
So one of the things that I feel like the USA is known for, and it's not necessarily a good thing, but it's reality TV. And people always make fun of reality stars, especially Snooki and JWoww, the Kardashians. People always say that they're not talented, but you have to be smart enough to prolong it and turn it into a multi-million-dollar empire. So, I don't know.
Have you
whatever they're doing?
Off to them.
Have you tried the JWoww cologne that she said that she went from selling 60,000 units in 1 minute?
That wasn't cologne. That was tanning lotion.
Oh, okay, have you tried any?
Smart on her. GTL. No, I don't.
I went to the tanning bed one time my senior year of high school because I was wearing a white prom dress. And that was the only time I've ever been to a tanning bed.
And now you live in Los Angeles, so you don't need to.
Right. And I clearly have never needed to.
So is that all we want to talk about on this topic?
Yeah.
I think we're Jersey Shored out.
15 minutes
15 minutes of talk.
We didn't even get that. But
go to the really good stuff.
Yes, the really good stuff. Derrial's favorite music,
yes.
EDM.
EDM, yes. Well, we all know that, like, if you turn on the radio now, it seems like EDM, which is electronic dance music, has gone from just like that particular category to mainstream pop culture music. I mean, we have like Daft Punk, who won Grammys this year by working with Pharrell. We have David Guetta, Afrojack, Paul Oakenfold. Calvin Harris, who we played at the beginning of the show with Rihanna. I mean, this music is just blown up. I mean, you can't go anywhere without hearing it. And now on the show today, Maria was covering how much these guys are making. I mean, they're making millions, like millions of dollars.
The quote was, Calvin Harris made $46 million last year, which is more than Leonardo DiCaprio.
By $7 million, he made
Let
more.
that sink in for a minute. Let that sink in for a minute. And they're basically getting paid while they are working.
Yes.
Pressing some buttons. They're getting paid to party.
Yes, and they said,
fun. Or,
I think it's called the what's the machine that they were saying that they refer? The Serato, which is something that they use, the DJs use to choose music while they're playing. I'm like, listen, I need to buy and invest in that or something, and started like birthday parties or something, and then blow up.
This isn't the old days though of like the DJ where he had like the turntables, and I mean there is a lot that goes into it, and you know they're producing their own music,
and
so it's not just pressing buttons, obviously.
Right.
Still,
I mean that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. They said that like one of the biggest like electronic shows is the Electric Daisy Carnival. And of course Coachella that takes place here, EDC. And they said it's like a mixture of like theme park, Mardi Gras, dance music in North America. They said in 1993 the average ticket price for that was $5, and now it's like $275 to $500. So things have changed.
A little bit of it is inflation, but yeah, that's nuts. I mean, it really has become mainstream, and I honestly, I feel like I don't even think of it as electronic dance music anymore. I just think of it as like what's on Kiss FM.
That's all we hear. And even just like artists that you would never think would be kind of incorporating their sound, the dance music, have started to do it. You know?
Like Sting was on, what was it, Good Morning America? I mean, so cool.
One of the things that we talked about while watching this episode, which I'm surprised actually wasn't touched on, since they had an interview with Paris Hilton, they didn't talk about how she's now trying to get into DJing and has been mentored by Afrojack. But props to her. I mean, she had a residency in Ibiza. So,
dude, whatever I have to do to get residency in Ibiza,
I'm down
sign me up. I will press all the buttons in whatever order you want.
Whatever you want me to play, I'll do it.
I'll be Afrojack's intern.
I will
figure it out really quick.
Right, I'll figure it out. I was surprised though. We were talking about Paris Hilton. You're talking about Paris Hilton. That there isn't a lot more women who are these big headliner DJs. I mean, especially the sexiness of the music, I would think that there would be a lot more women that are
to get some like hot girl behind
it.
There are some, but it is a male-dominated profession, it seems like. But they had, I mean, they talked about Cruella, which has 2 girls. There's, I'm trying to think of who else. I know a ton, but I just can't think of them right now. Have you guys ever been to an EDM concert?
I've not, but I want to go now. I mean, I've only been to Coachella.
I haven't.
So. I've been to Avicii a couple times, and then I went to an Afrojack concert that actually Avicii was at and standing right next to me before he was like 17 years old or 18 years old or something. It was nuts. No one knew who he was, and he has a baby face anyway, so he looked like it was 12.
They said Afrojack made $22 million. And now he has a clothing line, G-Star Raw. That's just like.
See, they just build the
Once
empire.
you start, you make your millions, then you just keep going and going and going. It's like playing music.
Someone's going to get like their own headphones if they don't already have it. Like that just seems...
There you go.
That was the other thing that I always find surprising is when... So I'll know the DJ's music and I'll be very familiar with it, familiar with their name, maybe have gone to a concert, but a lot of them aren't getting interviewed necessarily yet. And then to learn like, oh, they're not from the US. Like I'm just completely oblivious to that side of it, which is just my own naivete. But the fact that most of them are from Europe and
Netherlands, Europe, all those places,
No, it's actually a really good point because I feel like, you know, let's say compared to Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, we could tell you.
You hear him talk, like that's his profession.
You know when his birthday is. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, I think it's a really interesting point. It's, you know, they're all so big and celebrities or whatever it may be, but it's like kind of different.
They're able to be more private.
Yeah, I feel like they're
way.
totally more private. Yeah. Or maybe we just don't follow them that much. I don't know. I don't know if that's on us or if that's just a...
I'm sure, I mean, Afrojack looked like he had a ton of fans that knew his social security number, his birthday, everything. Maybe that's just more us, but it does seem like they are
more... different categories.
They're somewhere in between being a pop star and a music producer. They fall somewhere in between that. Like, they aren't the Selena Gomez's where you know everything about them. You see, like, they're on every single late night talk show. You hear them in countless interviews. So they're a little bit more behind the scenes. So maybe that's why they're able to. And then, I mean, Daft Punk, who, like, you don't even know what they look like.
I mean, after they won the Grammys, I still had no idea. I've been listening to Daft Punk for years. I did not know
Or Deadmau5. I mean,
Who are you?
I mean, I think I would actually want that. Like, Calvin Harris, like we said, made $7 million more than Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio cannot walk in a grocery store in America. Calvin Harris can.
Anywhere, probably.
Anywhere.
Calvin Harris, I feel like he's now towards the I don't know. You can recognize him now.
Yeah, but like, as far as a recognizable real face, like Leonardo's on magazines, he's in movies, but Calvin, sure, if you know that music, you would.
I just don't think it's the same extent.
I would rather have that life. I'd rather have that money in my bank and then be able to have.
You have more money and more privacy.
Well, you know what? I'm just not gonna get picky. I would have either. That's just me. But yeah, it's cool to think about.
Yeah, lots of good music. I just want to know, like, where it's going to go next. You know, it's like we have this sound and everyone's utilizing it now. Like, what's the next big sound that's going to come out? You know, what's going to be the big thing?
White noise.
White noise.
You can purchase white noise on iTunes for $1.09. Dropping my new single. Here it is.
Here it is. White noise. And great.
I feel like it's going to be a hit. That is the extent of our talent. This has been so much fun. I love doing the recaps for Untold. I mean, just watching Maria talk about these topics and then being able to talk about them with you guys. It's awesome.
Thanks.
I don't think we are sure when the next episode will air, but we will have an after show for it. Please keep the conversation going with us. We'd love to hear your feedback on iTunes and YouTube. In the meantime, where can they find you guys?
You can find me at Derrial Christon on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, but I will not be telling you when I go to a restaurant until 2 hours after I leave.
Good boy.
I am on Twitter and Instagram. My handle is at Briche, CBRICHE.
Awesome.
Just don't stalk me.
Don't stalk her. And you can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelley. You can find me on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. You can find all of us here on Twitter and Instagram at AfterBuzz TV. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you again next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.